Hey everybody, I'm just filling out the Balisong Award nominations hosted by Camaro EE, which you should all go and do, when this bad boy arrived. This is the Sultan from Seath Designs. Previously I got to check out the Pharaoh from him, and so same as with the Pharaoh, this product was sent to me for free for the purposes of review, but I'm gonna unbox it and tell you guys kind of what I think. So it came to me in this little package here. The other side has my name and address, so I'm not going to show that, but you get 2 sets of spare Volt Pro hardware along with these weight pins. There's 2 different weight pins. There's a basically I don't remember the specific number off the top of my head, but this is double the weight of that. You get this little cardboard which protects your ID card. You can see this is a Sultan V1. I have the crisp blade. It comes with one other blade called the Ram Dow. And yeah, I have the silver color. This is production number... I just noticed that he gave me production number 1 out of 25. That's actually very cool. He did not need to do that. But yeah, so kind of see it through here. It's in this nice little kind of bubble wrap bag, and it comes out, and here we have it. Now immediately you guys can see all of the work that was done on this. So he said that basically the pattern on the scales is meant to indicate, or meant to be reminiscent of or replicate an Indian finger art called Mehndi. I'm sure I'm butchering that. I'm not super familiar with that kind of culture, but I will say it looks absolutely stunning. I think that looks really pretty with the silver. Yeah, wow, I'm impressed with that. Other than that though, this is the same length and basically same specs as the Pharaoh, so you're able to swap them interchangeably, which I think is pretty neat. Although I will say it looks almost like the Pharaoh does have some kind of jimping textured thing right here, you can see, in the spine of the blade too, which the Sultan does not. So that is just something to note. But yeah, I'm very excited to get to flip this. Out of the box, yep, a little tap, but that's okay. This one has much more rounded handles off the start, and yep, there it is. Wow. I'm looking at this and I'm gonna bet that this is gonna chaplain pretty well. Oh, this is very interesting. Okay, it's definitely dry. Sounds very interesting. I think what I want to do is get some oil in this, because I think with some oil this is going to be even better than what it is right now. Got that Carbon Honey link in the description. I don't get a kickback from the link. It's not an affiliate link. I just like Carbon Honey. So now, very similarly to with the Pharaoh, the Sultan is also a Balisong that is not exactly designed to be flipped over hard surfaces. It's made with resin scales, 304 stainless steel blade, which is actually not hardened. And the reason it's not hardened is because he basically does this really cool steel heat anodization you can get. And this particular steel is really good for heat anodizing, but as a result you're not able to have it hardened. So there's trade-offs there. But in general, the way you kind of want to think about this Balisong and the Pharaoh and all these kind of ones from Seath Designs, these are not necessarily meant to be EDCs, carry them around all the time type things. They're more meant to be kind of unique handmade pieces. It's true the blades and things are milled, but you know, this painting is all done by hand. A lot of this is done by hand, ground by hand. So these are very much handmade, especially compared to a lot of other companies, and it's just one guy doing it. So you're kind of looking at something that's a lot more unique. And I think something like this works really well as a display piece. But Seath Designs with the Pharaoh, and I can also say the Sultan now that I've had it, makes display pieces that flip really well. Every time I flip one of these, I'm honestly shocked at how competent they are. I think it's pretty clear that a lot of prototyping goes into these things, and that he knows what he's doing. But yeah, in general, do not flip them over hard surfaces, because resin is a rather brittle material and it will shatter. If it does shatter, you actually do get a one time you can get the scales replaced for free, no questions asked, in the event that they were to break. But, you know, if you flip it over soft surfaces, you should be fine. Now, I know you guys are all interested in how it flips, and I was too. And I have to say, I think that this flips very well. Out of the box, I believe we have no weights installed. And I would say that this feels pretty neutral. I'm pretty sure that was how it was described to me by Seath Designs. I would say that this is a neutral Balisong. But obviously, you have two sets of weight pins. So you can, I guess, take it from neutral to a slight or more moderate handle bias, depending on what you prefer. But out of the box, I do think that this is a really nice balance. I might mess around with the weights, but I honestly might just keep it like this, because I can already tell this is probably going to be my favorite combination. I overall really like these rounded handles. The resin and these amazing cutouts and texture, it gives a lot of texture. There's a lot of grip, but not too much. It's very nice. And I love the rounded handles. Oh, you know, I love the I love the Nautilus, and I love other Balisongs that have especially rounded corners. But yeah, these rounded scales feel very nice in the hand. This cutout for chaplains feels great. The Balisong itself chaplains very well. I'm not going to purposefully make it fly off my finger. Yeah, I mean, as you guys can see, I'm not really struggling to do any tricks that I tend to do. So, you know, I guess if that means anything, if you're someone who happens to like the same kind of Balisongs that I personally enjoy, you're really going to vibe with this Balisong. And you're really going to like it. Let's see. I want to make sure I covered everything there is to know about this. Yeah, so in terms of the cost, it depends on what customizations you get, of course, just like his other product, the Pharaoh. But the Sultan is going to be between 90 to 145, so you're looking at a little more expensive than the Pharaoh. As to whether or not I think that is worth it, I think it really depends. Obviously, looks are a big thing here, because they're so very unique, so very different. I think that, I think that if you like the look of it, yeah, it's worth it. I mean, for under $100, I don't think you can go wrong with something like this. It's going to be a little harder for me to judge price, obviously, because I was sent this for free. But I do think that they are priced pretty fairly, especially for it being one guy, a lot of handmade, a lot of hand-done stuff here. So I don't think the prices are crazy. And I do think that the flipping performance is about the same. However, this Sultan here fits my preferences better than the Pharaoh did. Just the way it's designed, the feel in the hands is a lot better for me. I'm someone with sensitive skin, and sometimes Balisongs give me like sensory issues, especially when I flip them for long periods of time. And I've had that issue with the Pharaoh just because of the, you know, they're not rough edges, but they're not rounded. You know, it just has chamfers. And so that tends to irritate my skin a lot faster than something with rounded edges, like the Sultan here has. We have the same exact style jimping, though, I can tell you that, so should be fine for doing ladders, even though I still can't do ladders. Oh, that's interesting. I'm just... Yeah, no, that'll be fine for ladders. I know I need to learn ladders so I can do these tests better, but we'll get there someday, I'm sure. It also has a bite handle indicator on this side. You can see right there. Yeah, I mean, you'll feel it if you chaplain. Trying to see... You're probably not going to feel it if you're messing up like a wrist pass. Maybe a little. I think that if this cutout was to maybe go down like 1 or 2 more of these little cuts, I think that would make that a little bit better and more noticeable. But yeah, if you're doing a bite handle chaplain, you're going to feel that, so it's pretty good. I gotta say, it's another piece from Seath Designs that I'm quite impressed with. You know, especially I think handmade, resin printed scales, and you know, it's a smaller operation. I'm not expecting a ton, but this is very good. And I can honestly say that I think going from the Pharaoh to this, I can tell that there's almost a more refined process, it feels like. Now granted, I've had to take apart my Pharaoh and glue it because the scale's cracked. Which is my fault. I flipped it over tile. Don't flip them over tile, they don't like tile. But it does still flip fine. Ugh. But yeah, this feels like it's much, it feels sturdier. It's the same material, so I'm sure it's the same durability wise, but it feels sturdier, feels very good. I feel like there was more effort put into kind of finishing the blade after the fact, potentially. I can't really say for sure. The only thing I can say is I think it flips very well. If you're interested in buying this design, there will be a link in the description to his website. However, these will not be out for purchase until the 25th of November, 2024, if you're watching this in the future. So, be on the lookout for that. These will be coming out within like a week or so. And I think it's a pretty nice deal. So yeah, if you like the design, I'd say it's probably worth picking up. But take that with a grain of salt, as I was sent this for free, even though the opinions are my own. That was pretty much all I had for you guys today. Of course, you know, in a week or two, there will be a video with some more in-depth thoughts once I've had it for a while. But yeah, until then, I hope you've all had a great day. And until next time, keep flipping.